Trigger warning. This documentary discusses child death, neglect, substance use, and dangerous animals. No graphic images are shown. A toddler. A giant python in a glass tank. A string of ignored warnings. What should have been preventable ended in tragedy. This is the story of a child who should have lived in the systems that failed her. In a modest Florida home, a young family lived with a large Burmese python kept in a glass tank in the living room. Neighbors described frequent disturbances. The snake escaping, bedding crudely, covering the tank, held down by a quilt or blanket knot. The secure enclosure experts recommend. Friends and relatives raised concerns. A toddler named Cheyenne played in the same rooms where the animal was kept. Multiple family members and neighbors reported the snake escaping reportedly more than 10 times in a month. Relatives offered to buy a proper enclosure. The household declined. Calls were made to state agencies about unsafe conditions and concerns of substance use. Records show investigators were notified. Public domain logs indicate some inspections occurred, but the case file shows the investigation closed before a permanent solution was enforced. Multiple reports increase risk. Agencies must act swiftly when a child and a dangerous animal are in the same home. During the investigation, reports mentioned heavy substance use in the home. Substance use can impair decision-making and caretaking capacity. Many systems, law enforcement, child protective services, public health intersect in such cases. Failure in one can cascade. The child's caregivers acknowledged use, and investigators recorded concerns. But bureaucratic constraints and limited resources can slow protective action. In late June 2009, while caregivers were incapacitated by substances, the python again escaped its enclosure. The snake entered the toddler's room, and the child did not survive. Emergency responders found the home. First responders and investigators later described a scene that confirmed the worst. Out of respect for the family and viewer sensibilities, we do not show graphic material. The focus is on the aftermath and what led here. Why was the case closed before the fatal outcome? Public records and interviews indicate a mix of factors. Inconsistent reporting, resource limits, thresholds for removal of children, and the complexities of proving immediate danger. We spoke with child welfare experts and legal analysts to unpack how agencies treat risk and when intervention escalates to removal. There are legal standards for removing a child from a home. Imminent danger must be shown. Repeated warnings can still fail to meet that threshold in practice. Following the death, authorities reopened inquiries. Family members demanded accountability. The case raised legal questions. Were enforcement options exhausted? Were animal possession laws enforced? Did negligence reach criminal culpability? We summarize public records were accessible and note that legal outcomes vary by jurisdiction and evidence. This tragedy highlights 3 prevention areas: stronger exotic pet regulation and enforcement, better child welfare resourcing and interagency coordination, and accessible substance use treatment tied to family preservation services. Experts recommend mandatory secure enclosures for dangerous species, clearer reporting thresholds, and rapid response teams that can provide immediate safety and support. A child's life ended in a house other families drive past every day. This documentary is not an accusation, it is a call to learn. When neighbors report danger, when family members offer help, and when systems flag risk, society must answer. Prevention is possible. Better laws, more resources, and community action can save children. If you suspect a child is in danger, call your local child protective services. Links and resources are in the description.